Yes, hello and welcome to the second impressions video of the Formula RSS 1990 cars. And when I say second impressions, I'm not trying to be funny or clever or anything like that. I'm saying that because I have already recorded this, except I did it with the VR headset. And for some reason, either with Assetto Corsa or maybe it's more of a content manager settings thing that I couldn't figure out, it did not record the game audio. And some audio driver thing must have happened because the microphone recording got absolutely destroyed. It sounded like this. All right, approach. I know I can brake later here, so we're just gonna pick up across here and love it. Okay, and it's oh my god, just throttle down, and we're just gonna have a time here. Let's go. No issues, no curves. Don't want to cause any drama. That's not a bad time. 105. Okay, I'll take that. So again, no brakes, just coast through. Just throttle down to see the engine through it. Come at the blind left and right here, and two. Oh geez. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. That's my bad. So yeah. So not usable. Not good at all. Unfortunately. So I am doing this as a second take without the VR headset. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to set up a race weekend, and not at Spa though. I'll go back to Road Atlanta because I love Road Atlanta very much. So we'll set that up here with the John R. Road Atlanta 2022 track. Gonna do 20 lap race. The strength will be 90 plus or minus 10. So we'll get a decent sweep of cars here. Aggression, I don't know if it actually matters. Let's turn off penalties. Who cares? It'll be a grid of the same car. 25 bonus means 26 cars, like the IndyCar series that I done. Practice 30 minutes, whatever. Quali I set to 5. So that I can just do a 1 or 2 laps and call it more or less a one-shot qualifying. And that should be good. So I'm just going to launch into that. And we're going to see how it runs. This is a fun thing I like about content managers, that on the loading screens, it'll use like pictures that you've taken as the backdrops instead of the normal nondescript loading backgrounds here. Okay, so step 1, as I've learned, is... Oh, I don't actually have a setup here. So, tires, we're going to make it soft. Brakes. I know I have to turn up brakes because the locking up will be hectic. And actually, I have to lower my headphones here because that was an insane amount of volume, and I hope I didn't start shouting, but if I did, I'll have to correct it. And I will just do a couple of practice laps here. So, who's behind me? Nobody really. So you can see I've got...
Your exit is clear. Watch the white line.
Good thing I turned off penalties, because I would have just been done for speeding. I've got the free CMRT overlay here. I like, when I'm doing Assetto Corsa, I like to bounce between the CMRT, but also the Gran Turismo 7 ones that are available. They're both a good time. You know, it's just, it is what you like. That's the thing about this game, and with content managers, it's so incredibly not what it was at the start, which is great. You know, there's a lot to like with Assetto Corsa, including this mod. And I gotta say, I'm a big fan of these cars in the mod. It's not terribly dissimilar to... Not that long ago, I did a video with the 1992 cars in Automobilista 2, because I had kind of wanted to kick around the series with that. I started it, and then I aborted a series with the 95 cars, which were the Formula V12, I believe. And then I had been working on a 92 series with the Formula High-Tech Gen 1 cars. So, like, I do like this type of car. I gotta be honest, though. This mod, I had the similar feeling with Racing Studios' Super Formula car, which is that it kind of feels like it's on easy mode. Like, as long as you give a little bit of respect to the pedals, you're not gonna spin. He says right before probably spinning. And the feedback feels pretty good too, if I'm honest. I've got it dialed in with the CSP settings that I have landed on liking. Kind of just as an all-purpose, like sometimes you gotta change it more or less for different cars, so it doesn't, you know, kick out and then destroy your thumbs. But all in all, a pretty good feeling mod. And I'm into it. And this is the biggest difference right here to Automobilista 2 with these cars, is I can just keep the throttle flat over that final hill. Whereas, as I've complained before in other videos, in AMS2, if you keep your foot flat through that hill, you're gonna be in the wall and the dirt and the fire and the flames, but you carry on as best you can. So yeah, I just want to get a feel for this, and I also need to do a few laps so that the game can dictate the fuel burn. Whoops. I also have to adjust how I'm sitting here because this is bad. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But I'll get there. It's fine. I think someone's right on my ass there. Who is that? Is that Alexei Morozov, the hockey player? Or is that Alexander Morozov? I don't know. It's fine. Anyways, I'm on... What am I on? I'm on my 4th lap. It says lap 3, so I guess I'm on my 3rd lap. I think the L lap counts as a 0. I'm not sure. We're going to coast through here. Coming over the hill. Having a grand old time. And look at that, a couple of the same car here jockeying to get out of the way, I suppose. Oh, we're gonna make contact. Alright, sorry, buddy. 2 for 1 on that. Oh, baby, we're living now. Whoops.
Tiny bit of aero damage, just ignore it.
I will. Thank you, Crew Chief Jim. I might be taking a gear too many into that left-hander there. We'll see how she goes. It's fine. Nothing to worry about. But yeah, ultimately, I'm a fan of this mod. It does... I don't know if it's a Race Sim Studios, as I forgot about the aero damage, and I'm now just chucking the car onto the curbs instead of around the curbs. That's ugly. You don't like to see that very much. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm a fan of the mod, but it might just be an RSS thing where they're so much easier to control than the VRC cars. The Formula ones are, at least. Outside of the Formula cars, I don't really have experience with those 2 brands. And I mean, I'll take it. It would be a great way to introduce somebody to Formula cars. This and, whoops, the Super Formula 1 would be a fantastic way if it's like your first time trying a Formula car. Definitely do that over Automobilista 2, because it's much more stable, it's much more predictable, and you're less likely to get frustrated and pull your hair out. You know what I mean? So I think I'm okay. It says I have to do 2 or 3 laps, I forget, for it to calculate the fuel burn, as Buddy goes way off the track. Alright, that turn is something I'm gonna have to work on. Yeah, Buddy goes flying off the track there. But I think I'm good, so I'm just going to head to the pits here, and I believe I can just end the session. Skip session. Yeah, so I'll do that, and we'll go into that hot qualifying session. So we'll skip it. Finish in 26. Oh, wait, no, that's the qualifying in 26. So, tires. A fun thing about this mod is you do, in fact, have the period-accurate qualifying tires. Fuel, I do not need 70 liters for qualifying, so let's just bring that weight down. Let's set up for 3 laps. Yeah, let's do that. Anyone coming up behind me? Nope. So I do want to...
Pit exit's clear. Alright, the big ragu. We've got 4 minutes to do the business.
Alright, we're going to do the business. So, first lap, out lap. You're not going full send. The tires are cold. You want to get them activated. Although, I do pretty immediately feel the grip difference, but that could also be the lack of aero damage. It could be a factor. Just the way she goes. Okay, so we're not pushing. We're just coasting around, having a good time. And we're going to go on to the back straight here. So, just do a little bit of weaving, see if I can get those... You can see the bottom left, you've got the tire temp readouts. Gonna see if I can get a little heat into them, but I do also want to not scrub off much of the tire. Keep it in 3rd here. And once I straighten out, the foot is flat. Just come around the hill. And we can launch into the hot lap. So, come around the first corner here. And not really much you need for brakes into this corner. Just going to let off. Downshift, throw the car in. The foot will steer you through. Take 3 gears here. Left, avoiding the curb because I'm just used to hitting that curb and bouncing and sliding. Hit the brakes hard here. Take a 3rd gear down. Not sure if this car head is on an outlap or not, but making up decent gains to it. So that car is not on an outlap because he does not slow down. That's traffic on the one-shot quali is bad, but he has a bit of a slide, which will open up the door for me to go past. Let's say thank you very much. And as we're running here, the tires are more or less up to temperature. The outer front right is not doing so hot, but just scrubbing damage. Traffic coming into play again. And taking a knock on the side of the car. Just trying not to take any more damage. Whoa, almost losing it on the back end there.
That's pole.
Setting provisional pole. So now, we're just going to cruise towards the end of the lap. I've got 3 liters of fuel, and I don't think I can turn down the fuel mode here. No. Ooh, I don't think I have it mapped, actually. I have the MGUK settings. I have the traction control and ABS, none of which are available for this car, by the way. I don't remember if the 90s had traction control, and I think my brain is saying that was like a 94, 95 thing, but I'm not 1,000% sure. So, I'm not going to be able to take advantage of that anyways. Although, with the way these cars come off the line, they might have launch control. I'm not sure. Because if you're not gunning the throttle coming out of neutral, then it takes forever for the engine to spool up. And I don't know if that's just like a turbocharger thing or if it is like a launch control stopping you from putting all the power down immediately. I'm not sure. I don't know enough to know what I don't know, you know? But anyways, we're going to coast in here. Just have a nice...
What's your speed?
Yeah, let's turn the pit limiter on. Or why not? And we'll just coast to the end. There's only a minute left in the qualifying session anyways. And I don't think there's any way that I stay on pole. Especially because P-Call, currently in P2, is pretty close and has set 2 green sectors on the lap. So we'll just have to see how that shakes down. So we'll come in here, hit a nice neutral, and we will... pits. I was going to skip the session, but I don't know if that will... if that will put me right down at the bottom. I don't think so. Let's just skip it and see what happens. Okay, P2. I will take that. Okay, so we're in for the 20-lap race here. Tires, I want to do soft, but I was not paying attention to the amount of wear that they were scrubbing off when I was in the practice. So I'm going to do medium, I think. Fuel, this should now tell me, yes, estimated laps. 25, no, whoops, let's try and split the difference here. Let's do 21 laps of fuel. All right, 21 and a half, sure. Just because I don't know what the difference is going to be. So, we should be okay here. Kind of debating, I'm going to put this up because I did get a little bit of rear end sliding on the practice. And I don't know if it was that or if it was just the bumps. But I think more or less good to go here. So, let's just cut into it.
Okay, the big ragu, get ready.
I can rev up here. I don't think it's going to damage the engine much, and it'll help my launch.
Go, go, go.
Whoop. Okay, hot start here, taken first. But the car behind is hungry for it, taking it right back. Go, Macintosh, go. Like, whoa, goodness. I like your computers. Dirty air became a factor there. That was super interesting. We must not forget that Assetto Corsa is, in fact, a physics simulator. Whoa, jeez. If I were confident, I would grab the mouse and mouse over the tires on the bottom left so that it could tell me the, like, wear estimations. But I'm not, so I won't. Oh, goodness. Going wide, because I'm trying to adjust myself as I'm racing here. And we got another car on the horizon here, coming up on the right, on the back there. It is P-Call. but not quite getting enough. Although it does have dirty air on me. Abrandorez was bored and got sent back to the pits. Gotta give space on the inside for the car approaching. He does in fact give me room to work with, although losing traction. Okay. And now we coast through. Looks like I did not do all that much wear to the tires, so that is totally fine. Whoa. That's right, medium tires will slide more than the softs do. Oh, goodness. Alright, I need a better approach to that corner is what I'm gathering from what's happened so far. And I've lost 2.5 seconds to McIntosh. I briefly had a spot on him. A position, rather. But that did not hold up very well in court. So we're just going to push through here. I can't see. Oh, they're all on qualifying tires. Oh, that's not good for them. And it looks like he lost traction.
You're reeling McIntosh in. The gap is 1.1 seconds.
Okay, so stuff like this is why it is said that Assetto Corsa is great for driving, but not for racing. Because why would the AI get ready for a 20-lap race with qualifying tires? Gotta be careful here, don't want to make contact. But do want to get the slipstream. Alright, P call behind has set the fastest lap. Presumably because he did not have to worry about contact. But the chase here is on. Mikhail Tanak was bored and decided to go back to the pits. So we're just enjoying the P2 show here. I'm gonna look back here. Oh, he's there. My tires are hot. I really have to adjust the volume of the game because I can only just barely hear Crew Chief Jim. On to the third lap now, though. I have cut that gap down by half from what it was before, as P. Diddy was bored and decided to decided to head back to the pits. And again, that's the Assetto Corsa AI for you. But I will say the car feels great. Especially right here. I'm loving that I can just put the foot down. And the car does in fact have enough downforce.
New fastest lap for McIntosh.
Okay.
7.0.
The car does have enough downforce to get over that hill. Oh, that felt really good. Oh, bad approach to that corner. But I have shaved off a significant amount of the gap from the previous lap, although it is climbing up a little now. Ooh, being aggressive into that corner is paying off. Into the slipstream here.
Side tire temperatures.
Yeah, you know what? If I thought about the tire temperatures, I probably would have set the PSI a little different. But I didn't, so I didn't. And medium tires do seem to be paying dividends, because if you look at the wear on the bottom left, it is not bad. For what is about to be a fifth of the way through the race, I'm still well above the peak grip level. I just have to wait for the qualifying tires to burn off, basically, on the car ahead.
Stay on it. There'll be a chance.
There will be a chance. McIntosh does set another fastest lap. Oh, I got it after. Okay. Whoops. It's this corner here that is my blind spot. This and the second right hand. Whoop. Oh. Bit of a moment there. Car going slow. A yellow flag would have been great on the play. But it's okay. Nobody got hurt. I guess these are the cars that got bored and went back to the pits. So yeah, this right-hander here, I'm always just kind of guessing the breaking point. Although on this track, John R. did very thoughtfully put those billboards on the right side. So I at least have something to build off of, and I'm kind of...
Temperatures are good.
Cool. Temperature's good. I am kind of thinking I should aim for the middle.
Okay, the big ragu. This bastard's holding you up. You've got to find a way past.
But Jeff, you said there'd be an opportunity. Oh, look at that sliding by him. Of course, I had to lean off the throttle because of the bump strips, but pulling side to side at the start of lap 6. Just gonna coast through here. That's not a great place to go side by side. Think Eau Rouge Radion, like you don't want to go side by side into those situations. We're approaching another back marker here early in the race. It's only lap 6 and we've already had to pass. This would be the third car. Oh, but he's going to slow him up. Almost losing grip there, but taking P1. And running away with it. There's just madness all over the track. And a front right lockup, and that's the second time that's happened, so I'm going to turn the brake bias back down a notch. That's on me. And here we come up to more back markers. Perhaps not surprising with the qualifying tires that everyone seems to have elected to take.
Car ahead is a lap behind.
Yeah, that makes sense. Are they going to pull over, though? I do not remember if Assetto Corsa has blue flag mentalities.
The gap to P2 behind.
I suspect so, because that just happened.
Just keep hitting your marks. This is looking good. You're in the lead.
2 gears down, throttle up. No need for brakes on that corner, it turns out. Confirmed. I'll tell you what's a night. A Cesaris was bored and decided to go back to the pits. Okay. I was just about to say something. Do you think I remember what? No, yes. It was. Whoop. No! Okay. And we're just gonna...
Okay, the big Ragu. The next car is 1 lap behind.
Yeah, and the car behind me was 1 lap behind too. Oh, that's embarrassing. What I was gonna say, before I got distracted and then distracted myself, was that I like, in these cars and the mods here, oh, there's an issue ahead. Locking up going forward, or spinning the... Oh, jeez. Okay, hold on. Goodness. That one thought is just not gonna happen. Oh, man. What was I going to... Yeah. Something I like about this mod... Jeff, shut up. Something I like about this mod is that the audio on the brakes, you can hear the brakes squealing. And it sounds good, and I like it. Okay, I finished the thought. Throw what you want to throw at me now, game. Yike. I'm starting to think that having the AI bottom out at 80 and top at 100 was not enough of a competitive window. And maybe I should have just set it to 100 flat. Because I've somehow built up a 20-second gap to P2, despite spinning off and having to reset myself. I wonder if there's a way to enforce the tire type. That would be helpful if that was a possible thing. To like have the other cars start on mediums like I did, because at this point, the qualifying tires are done. 8 laps. Oh, hey everybody. Just chaos all over. This feels like a really ugly track day rather than a race. Thanks, Assetto Corsa. It's not surprising. The racing has always been real not good in this game with the AI. And to that point, I have something I was gonna show later. But I'm gonna have to try to remember that.
The big Ragu. The next car is 2 laps behind.
Is it?
The gap to P2 behind is now 23 seconds.
Wow, 23-second gap. That's pretty insane for like, what, 2 or 3 laps since I passed them? The blue flags are really blue flagging around here. Maybe I just do 10 laps because this... Oh, hey, buddy. Hey, champ. Can you maybe don't? See ya. Yeah, I'm not doing the full race here. I don't want to do 10 more laps of having a couple dozen seconds worth of gap on the car behind. I wasn't going to do a pit stop. So that's why I did medium tires. So I didn't have to do a pit stop. So maybe I'll just finish the next lap and we'll see what happens. What the? Hey guys. But you can't park there, bud. Oh man. But anyways, these cars feel great. They sound pretty good. I do, like I said before, I do really like the brakes squeaking. It does, you know, it sounds mechanical, these cars, which is really nice.
Next car is 1 lap behind.
Yep, next car is a lap behind. And they feel great too. So this is like, you could have some absolutely killer multiplayer races with these things. And it's not a fair comparison to make, but if I were to compare it to the early 90s cars in Automobilista 2, this feels better. Although a fatal flaw with Automobilista 2, as much as I love it, and I do really love AMS2, those cars will oversteer for absolutely nothing, and you will be squirrely a lot of a lap. So like, it's just nice to have a stable platform with these cars to race this type of car. This guy's been stuck there for a long time. Okay, let's see what nonsense this guy ahead is gonna do.
We're halfway home. We're okay on fuel.
Yeah, you know, I
106.9.
Oh! Well, I was gonna say, I have nothing else to gain from doing 10 more laps of that. Oh, man.
Okay, the big ragu.
Yeah?
That engine's toast, mate. You're gonna have to wait for a tow.
What do you mean toast? Look, it still works. Oh, it doesn't. I was gonna gun it. That's okay. I didn't. I'm pretty sure I verbalized as much that I was not going to do the second half of this race because clearly I messed something up with the settings. But it was fun to try the car. So we're gonna call it here. We're gonna go to the pits, and we're going to skip the session. I'm still in first. Right. So all the way at the end here. My best lap. This guy's best lap was 10 minutes and 41 seconds. And he did laps. Like, he did all these laps. I must have, like, broken a suspension, but the game doesn't know how to call it quits or something. The same car as me, too. So, yeah, good job, Macintosh, I suppose. Oh, no tire info because I gave up on it. Okay. So, yeah, anyways. Great cars. I like them a lot. And I do want to do more with it. So I'll have to, like, I mean, beyond hot lapping, like, maybe I can find a way. There's got to be some, like, AI line information online that I can get and I can use to make it more of a race. Because that was just the opposite of an actual race. But anyways, there's one thing I was going to show, which is not pertinent to the RSS here, but just to show where I was at the time. Looking at the championships here, you can see I have the Skill Issue Fantasy Series 2022. And this was on the back of the Automobilista 2020 and 21 seasons that I'd done. Because in AMS2, at some point before I owned the game, I'm pretty sure, the Formula Hybrid second generation cars, like the oh my goodness, like the underfloor Venturi tunnels type setup, ground effect, that's the word I was looking for. The model changed from the 2022 to 24 cars. So I could not get liveries that worked for the 2022 season. So I could not do that season in AMS2. So I thought, okay, fair enough. I'll do it in the Assetto Corsa. So I had it set up. I had 2 American tracks here, Brazil, I had Spain, whatever. I was excited to do Fuji instead of Suzuka at the end. Luckily for me, this didn't work out because going along that like banked corner, these cars would have been just a nightmare. And oh look, AI 80 to 100. Yep. So now I know that wouldn't work either. But in these cars, for some reason, like I would try to do the races and just every track, these cars, the AI would kick flip them. Like the cars would flip in the races, and it was a non-race. And I couldn't figure it out, so I never started this series beyond like doing the practicing for it. Unfortunately, it would have been cool, but I couldn't make it happen. So this was an aborted thing. And so like now with the Thick Rig Rage stuff, once I get to that season, like I'll continue with the Codemasters games because they work, you know. The AI is not the best, but the AI aren't flipping over every curb on the track at different points in the lap. So it's just the way she goes. And like I got the liveries, like everything was set up for it. I just the game wasn't doing what I needed to do, so I never got this off the ground. But anyways, that's just to say that it's a known established fact for many years that the AI in Assetto Corsa is not made for racing. It's just kind of there, which is unfortunate, but like that's just the way she goes sometimes. So anyways, that was just a quick second impression of the Formula RSS cars. I'm a big fan of this mod, both the V10 and the V12. Like they've been great fun. And there's a lot to like here. And I can see there's already been like a lot of nice liveries that people have done, which is cool as hell. So it's exciting, and it's just another great product by Racing Studios. Love it a lot. Love the audio, like I said. Love the way they feel to control. It is perhaps a bit on easy mode, especially for these monster cars where all of the power is the engine to the rear tires, and you should be spinning out at like every moment's notice. And there's no assist, there's no electronics going on in the background. I double checked that. That's all totally as presented. It's just a nice fun thing for not that much money. Comparatively, like you can buy a game for $20 with this car in it, or you can buy Assetto Corsa for $5 and this car for, I think it was like €5. Content manager's free. There's a ton of free tracks, so like it's great value to just throw this into your roster of cars. I just noticed that the how do I move it around? That the Goodyear sponsor is Good Times on the Wing. Oh, that's great. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Thanks for watching. More videos to come in the near future. Appreciate you watching this. And yeah, bye.